Outstanding morning. Assalamualaikum and rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In this pandemic, what's in your mind? I have three understanding, and we will discuss that today. This may also help us see brighter future in spite of this pandemic. I hope that in this discussion and talk, if you're watching right now, and first of all, I'm glad for watching me and for liking also. And if you can tag your friend, okay, it's also better because this three understanding, this will go from yourself or myself and the situation, how we understand ourselves, then also how we can how we understand the Almighty Creator. Okay, because this is the only way we can find our courage. Because most important is that we need courage. Okay, courage doesn't need anything like money or whatever position. Courage, when you have this one, you can do anything in life. You can have like achieving and starting something that you want to start if you have the courage. But where can you get your courage? Because in this courage, okay, this courage, this put us in the same ground. Whether you are rich, poor, no money, have money or plenty of money, courage is for everyone, for anyone, for anybody, and for everyone. So the question is, where can we get our courage? Now, in this pandemic, we can hear closure of business. And just lately, Toy R Us, I think is the right name, okay? Toy R Us announces their closure. And maybe it's because of the age limit, okay? And no, you know, the one who will buy that or go into that business is those who are with children, because children are more or stronger to bring their parents to that store, right? But today, since pandemic, the age limit is still below 15, they cannot go out, right? So they will stay at the house or at home, and then only few people can go inside the mall and bring, and what's the use? So they have already plenty of toys, maybe, okay, maybe that's only our observation, but we don't know. But they will relax, okay, and they will wait for another year when the open season will come. But not only Toy R Us is closing here in Cagayan, right? We have 130 temporary closure. So meaning temporary, they will open maybe next. So with this, there were people who will be affected, like the breadwinner, and employees, and also those business owner. They will have a problem also. And now we can say that people will be looking for another job, another business, or any second source, or we can say source of income. If your business is 50% down, maybe you need another, or where you can get the 50% to support your daily expenses. Because the daily expenses, I can see that many people are still buying. Okay, many people are buying rice, bayan, and we can see people are buying new clothes, right? Because there are many people who are selling clothes, and there are also many people selling cars, houses, right? So you can see the buying continues, but we can see that there are already more employees, okay, are affected within this pandemic. Therefore, we all need courage. Maybe there are people who are already complaining, murmuring, or already expecting and wanting for more in this pandemic, and they want or they are longing, and they are also searching for what is not there. But but since all of us or most of us, we have different needs, we have different wants, we have different desire. So meaning, since we have different desires and wants and needs, that's why we need income or we need work. And we can see in Facebook that there are many hiring, and many companies are also hiring. So the businesses are just changing direction, but our needs and those who are affected, okay, in this change, in this new cycle or new normal, they are what, searching for another start. Now, all of us, since we need this new change, new normal, the best thing that, or the best, like we say, or can we say, values, or we say courage, okay? Courage is needed today. The question is, where can we get that? Okay, if you are experiencing today like lacking of food, okay, and also financial losses is already happening because of the expenses and monthly bills that is always coming and calling, maybe it's knocking. So we need to act fast, right? So we need to draw where can we get this courage, so that, okay, not discourage but courage, so that in this new normal we can still do the things that we need to do. Okay, so for me, like this is the first source of courage for me, is that we need to understand first ourselves. Okay, understanding ourselves is vital in getting courage. Like for example, if we try to understand that how many times that we experience, okay, ourselves experience problem or maybe losses since from childhood, right? And yet we are still what, here. Okay, like for example, when my parents got separated when I was, I think, 7 or 8 years old. Okay, 8 or I think, okay, 8 years old. So my mother brought us to Basilan. Okay, I was born in Negros Oriental, but my mother brought us there in Basilan. And then since I want to finish my study, so I said to myself, I will look for what? For another opportunity, so that I can study even without money. Okay, so that's the reason why I went to Zamboanga del Norte or del Sur and attended one academy there in Lumingag. Okay, and I was able to work there as a student, and not just working as a student, but the work that I have is I was 300 plates. Can you imagine 300 plates in the morning, 300 plates in the afternoon after lunch, and 300 plates in the evening? With the plates is a tablespoon, right? Tablespoon and cups for milk or coffee for the students, because I was working in the cafeteria or in any departments. Like if there were no cook or no firewoods, I will also get firewoods out there and then bring it to the cafeteria. And I also work in the dormitory, Like the hallway, I will sa ano ba yan, lampaso. Lampaso in English. Lampaso, and what I also have kanang mag floor wax. Okay, do the floor wax. Okay, floor waxing. Yeah. And then lampaso agad, no? So I always, for all, I think for almost 2 years, I am working in that hallway. And my friend here in FB, I think his friend is Roy. I always watch if he will walk in the hallway and with a slipper, because I will give demerit or fine. So that's how I finished my high school. So I'm not just working, but working very hard just to finish my school, my study, okay, in high school and until college. Okay, that's why during my first year, I thought I could not finish my study. Why? Because I was operated because of my bowel problem. And so, in times like this, when I think that, oh, I think we cannot do this, we cannot see our future, or maybe we can't see our children growing, but we can see, we are still here. Okay? That's the way of how I get my courage. I always look back why I was able to reach in the speaking in front of you. I'm still speaking with you. Right? That's the first. Second is that understanding the situation. Okay? Understanding ourselves, how we react, and how we were able to still stay in this moment. Then understanding the situation. Understanding the situation, we can see many people today are suffering. Okay? And we can see that this is not the first pandemic. We can see 1940 there were pandemic, and we can see the government is still providing us, and we can see we can still eat, right? And those who are working, we can see that I thought we are staying at home, but we cannot earn, right? So before, if we stay at home, we can say, oh, I have to go out. So you will get mad at your husband or your wife or your children, okay? Because they're just staying at home and do nothing. But today, while staying at home, people are earning. And more people are earning because of the situation. So it's no longer going out to look for money, but staying at home to look for money. We can do it now, right? So understanding the situation is a way where we can get our courage. That situation will just pass. Situation is just keep coming back, just like earthquake. Okay, earthquake before and earthquake today, and there will be earthquake in the next year, or maybe we don't know, or flood before, but there are also flood coming, rain, just like rain, like it's just like what? As long as there is a quotation that says, as long as what? The sun goes down, it will also goes up. It will go down, it will go up, right? So it's just like a lights turn off and turn up. As long as you pay. the Sipalco, right? As long as you pay your Metromatic, or as long as you promise to pay, then your life will continue. Meaning, if you can learn that life will still continue, life must go on. Why? Because there is a greater power. The one who controls this is what? Is our Almighty Creator, right? So this is the last source of our courage, to understand your Almighty Creator, the abundance, right? The Creator and who owns everything. So meaning who owns everything, who can grant and permit anything for us that is good for us. So that's the only courage that will give you fullness of trust that you need to hold on. You only need to hold on to the rope. Right? Do not, what? Ano ba yan sa ganyan? Yung magbuhi sa Bisaya? Ha? Do not release. Do not release babuhi. Ha? So meaning, hold on. Maglisod, maganit, tag Bisaya, Bisaya na buhi. So meaning, it's hard to buhi. It's very easy to hold on. It's very hard to pronounce, to release, or to buhi. But to hold on is much better. Hold on, right? We only need to build our confidence, our strength, our stamina in holding that rope, that hold on that hope and courage, right? From us, from the situation, that we can see that what is already 2021 and we are still here, right? We are still here. Those who are here because they believe that what they can still come, they can still go on, they can still go forward and move forward because they have what? Courage. Wherever the sources of your courage, you need to hold on, right? You need to hold on. Because when you learn that you have that courage, from that courage, you can unleash your potential. You can use your skills. You can share your skills in today's pandemic when the new normal or the change, what? Ask you to speak. Ask you to do like this, FB Live. When this new normal is asking you to what? To get away from your what? From your robe which you are hiding because you are afraid. But this time, we only need to what? Meet the barrier and to face the crowd, to face our fear, to face challenges, because that is just a challenges that if we can what? Solve the challenges, we can see what? Beyond. If we can remove the barrier, if it's hard to remove, then ask for help. Ask or create a team so that we can remove and we can lift that barrier and remove that from our way, from our direction. You know? The most important thing is that you need to find your courage. There is a saying that if you cannot find your courage in the surface, you need to go deeper. First, in the deeper relationship of yourself, your deeper experience. What's your deeper experience? What you need to dig deeper about your experience since childhood, right? Since childhood, right? Why are you still here? Have you experienced in your childhood difficulties and suffering? And today you are what? You are still alive and you're still kicking. So you go deeper. 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, or 20 years ago, go deeper. Okay? Go that deeper you go to your what? Personal experience. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago. There, you can find your courage and gather. Because the only thing that you can stand tall today is to face and to get your courage. Okay? You can learn it from your experience. You can learn it from what? The situation. Everything is there. The most important is to get the courage, lesson, and the message from your mess, right? Most motivators are using find in your mess experience the message, right? The message. that you can share to many people, like what I'm doing right now. Okay, I'm shy to share my experience, but when I think about it, find your mess and make it a message. Okay, so we have messy life, messy experiences, messy story. But when we were able to struck the message, the lesson, and find if there is courage that we can get, then we can do it, right? Because when the new normal needs us to face the crowd, to do the things that is uncomfortable, to do the things that we are not used to do it, to do the things that sometimes we think that we are still new, we cannot do it. But when we have courage, I tell you, when we have courage, we can do anything. Okay, when we have courage. So where can you get your courage? From your deeper experience, from the situation, from your Almighty Creator, right? That He has what? The most abundant God. The fullness is in Him. So we can ask anything, right? And believe He will give it to us. Because He created us from His love. So if we can get that courage, we can use that. When we can use that, we can make a difference even in this pandemic.